We're joined once again by oil and gas industry veteran Bob Kavnar, who now writes about the industry for the Huffington Post as well as his own website, The Daily Hurricane. Bob, good evening.
Hi, Keith. How are you?
A 24-hour delay in testing that's now underway tonight. The testing will be underway tonight at some point, presumably. Do you buy the explanations and the entire endeavor?
No, I don't, Keith. I don't understand this whole operation that they're undergoing right now. Sunday was the first time I heard the words well integrity test. There's never been any discussion about this in their public disclosure or in anything else that I've seen. We did find the word shut in the letter from Bob Dudley to Admiral Allen on Friday, but no talk about this. So I'm completely confused as to why they're taking this risk of damaging the well further.
So you have no even guess as to what they're doing or what they might be doing and telling us that they're doing this?
Well, I have a guess. My guess is that they're hoping to be able to shut down at least some of the production from the well. So once they open it back up or open it to the surface through the Q4000 and the Helix producer, that it will be producing at a rate less than what it was open flow. So it'll be harder to measure what the total flow was from the well when it was completely uncontrolled.
So they're still taking steps to indemnify BP rather than the best available practices to shut down the disaster on the Gulf floor.
That's the only thing I can think of, Keith, because the whole reason for this cap was to allow 2 more outlets to produce to 4 ships so they could capture between 60 and 80,000 barrels a day. This whole business of shutting in and shutting down the relief well just doesn't make any sense to me at this point.
And 37 feet away, that sounds like a fairly close thing in terms even of drilling. Why did they shut that down? To accentuate the need to use the other process that covers up how much flow there really is?
Well, I think there was a concern about the integrity of the casing, as we've all talked about now for weeks. And if that casing does rupture down where that hole is close, it could communicate with the relief well, which just accentuates the reason why they shouldn't be doing this at all. They should be continuing with the relief well to get this thing killed.
Can you describe what happened when they actually closed that RAM device?
What happened, Keith, they shut that ram in a couple of hours ago. In fact, it was right after Kent Wells' technical briefing, and that's done hydraulically, and it closes pretty quickly because it's a ram, and it's a blind ram that closes off that entire opening. That diverts the flow to these side valves. There's 2 in the old legacy stack, and there's 2 in this new stack, and they've been gradually closing the side valves. The only one we can see is on the ROV feed is the one on the left, and it looks like only 1 is open, but you can't see the bottom valve, so I'm not sure exactly how many they have closed.
All right. Any idea why the government's delay could not have come before BP took the last cap off? I mean, why ask for a delay once the oil is gushing even more than it had been about concerns that had been raised during Top Kill months ago?
This sure seems on the fly. This is totally ad lib at this point, that they didn't have all these steps worked out. And what tells me is that this was not a planned step, was that there was nothing in the communication written between the Coast Guard and BP all of these weeks before this operation was undertaken.
Well, industry veteran Bob Kavnar of the dailyhurricane.com and Huffington Post, as always, thanks, Bob, if not for the outcomes, at least for the information.
Great to talk to you, Keith.